When the Detroit Lions moved up to draft Jameson Williams 12th overall in 2022, you remember I was upset. It wasn't because of the player or the pick. It was because of the position of that player. Our defense was horrendous coming out of 2021, and I didn't want to see that again for 2022. We go into 2022, and we start up with one of the worst defenses of all time. Aaron Glenn was able to turn that around with the sacrificial lamb that was Aubrey Pleasant, and now we're on playing top-notch defense. I want to say we are 6th in the league, somewhere around there, and top 10 as of right now. But Jameson Williams, I've been very tough on him. Very tough. I believe in tough love and things like that, and I'm going to continue to be tough because that is how I am. I just want to see the best, and to me, I don't believe you can be a bust past the first round. I'm not calling Jameson Williams a bust. I'm simply saying if you are drafted in the first round, you have expectations, whether you were drafted injured or not, whether you got suspended for gambling or not. Eventually, the rent comes due, and you are bound to be equated to where you were drafted. What you have done, your production is going to be tied to the position in which you were drafted. That's just the bottom line. What we saw, though, from Jameson Williams we had seen the touchdown, the slant that was called back. We saw the end around. We've seen his first touchdown pass of his career we've seen what he can do. But it had been a while since we've seen that. And we've seen more drops than we saw anything else, right? And that's just the reality. But then comes Sunday, has a pretty decent catch, a pretty decent drop. And then he comes with what I would call what broke this game open. It was like a boxing match. Next thing you know, we are able to go up by 14 with this touchdown pass. But it was something that I saw, and I'm just like, when it happened in real time, how did he catch this? Everything about this was fantastic, except Jared Goff's ball. It was probably one of the worst passes from Jared Goff I've seen. First, I thought it got tipped. Then I thought maybe somebody hit his arm, or maybe he was adjusting because he didn't want to go forward too much and hit his hand on somebody's helmet or something. But no, it was just a really, really bad ball by Jared Goff. And this was saved by Jameson Williams. And if the defender is looking at or playing the ball, he might even have had an interception. But Jameson, everything about this play was fantastic and topped off by a phenomenal catch from Jameson Williams. Since y'all say I don't give him a love, here is his flowers. Here is Jameson Williams' flowers. But I want to see this more. So we're going to take a look at this play here, and I'm going to try not to get copyright.
Once and
obviously,
all, Jameson Williams looking for the ball.
Not copyright claim. But before we go any further, as the NFL tries to, we want to pause this here. All right, and we're going to go back, and we're going to see this play here. Now, this is the play to Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams,
he turns over two shoulders. He's looking
once and all
here. He's looking over his right shoulder.
Jameson
he has
Williams
to turn over his left to spot it. At that moment, he spots it. Now, this is where it gets good. Now, unfortunately, you can't see my mouse because of how I'm recording this. So the Tampa Bay defender at this moment is playing Jameson Williams instead of the ball. And what Jameson does here is fantastic. And the catch is just the icing on the cake. So at this moment, Jameson Williams adjusts. And as you can see, as the defender he doesn't know what to play. So he's kind of up by Jameson Williams' head, but Jameson Williams is trying to catch it as it comes into his forearms. So he catches it, and that's one shot there. What a catch by Jameson Williams. But here is what I want y'all to see, and why we know this kid can be special. We've always known he can be special. We just need to see more of this. But I want you to see this catch here, if I can get this thing to cooperate. All right. Here is the catch in slow motion.
Inside.
Jameson Williams looking all the way in. The defender again is not going against the ball. Jameson, look at the defender's hand. But this catch here is, how can you have, your hands are not the best. But then this play right here is like, this dude should catch everything the way he caught this ball. So check it out as I restart this. Okay, let me pause it. Let's go back here. I want you to look at this. What's impressive about this catch?
Inside,
Jameson eyeballing it the whole time. He catches it. Now, in between the ball and his hands is the defender's hand. At this point, Jameson does not have control of this football. Now watch it as it goes further and further. Here's my favorite part. Still doesn't have possession of this football. The defender's hand is still in between the football and Jameson Williams' hands. But watch Jameson Williams' eyes at this moment. Look at him. Oh, no, it restarted. This thing is getting on my nerve. I'm sorry, y'all. Look at his eyes.
Inside, going against the guy.
From there to there. Who's still doesn't. Right there is still not in his possession. But look at his eyes. Look at his eyes at this. And there's one final shot that I'm trying to get, that it keeps starting over. The final shot that they give me in this frame. If I can go back one frame, I want you to see.
Inside.
Let me see if I can pause it
the guy.
at the exact spot. Who's right there? Jameson Williams' eyes are locked into the football, and he's able, because of that, he's able to survive the ground and get that catch. What a fantastic job by Jameson Williams. Again, he's always had this type of play-making ability. We just want to consistently see it. And I know that we are very tough on these players, from Jerry Jacobs to Jared Goff when he plays bad. That's just part of being a fan. And to ask us to have patience is tough in this situation because of not necessarily the past, but where he was drafted, right? And what we've waited. I mean, here it is that most of you, I reacted one way with the pick. Most of you did not care that he was injured and you wouldn't see him for most of the year because of plays like this. And then when he gets in the game and he's dropping passes or running bad routes or whatever the situation may be, yeah, he's going to catch a little slack for that. Because if you're drafted to be a playmaker, you need to be a playmaker, right? Because even though he was hurt, he was still drafted 12th overall, which means that even hurt, even waiting on his playmaking ability, it was worth the wait. This catch was worth the wait. So can we see more of that from Jameson Williams? Can we see consistency? That was all him. Everything about that play was all him, because it was, if you see the ball from the side, it was terrible. It looked like I was out there and threw that pass. That's what it would look like if I was playing football and threw that pass. A wobble all the way. It was a wobbler. And to be honest with you, Jameson Williams had zero business catching the ball, but he did in a miraculous fashion. So that's fantastic. That's what we want to see. We want to see, and it's okay to be critical of players when they don't play well and when you have expectations. Just think about it. Everyone has expectations. You have an expectation to provide for your family or whatever, to do whatever job you need to do. Everyone has, and it's okay to hold somebody to a standard, especially when you know they can be great. And that play that we just watched was absolutely fantastic. But then again, every time he touches the ball, you have explosive playmaking ability. It's just so far in between. So what I would like to see from now on is the Detroit Lions, because I want to say, somebody said he played less than 15 snaps. 15 snaps in that game. That Josh Reynolds started getting more snaps than him. But when he showed up, and we've seen that. We saw it in the Green Bay game last year. We saw it in the end around. We saw it in the wide open touchdown against Minnesota. And we saw it this past Sunday. And I think we'll see it more. But at the same time, it's okay to have a critical opinion of somebody who you have expectations of. Great expectations. You can't be Jameson Williams, as great as he can be, and not live up to those expectations, right? So that's all I'm saying. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You saw my reaction. It was ridiculous. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.